Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If y'all new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Today we're going to be actually talking about the positives of World of Warships Legends. We talk a lot about the problems with this game and we give this game a lot of shit. But there are some positives, believe it or not, too. And I am aware of some of them. But they're starting to get outweighed by the negatives, unfortunately. So, but without further ado, we're going to get into that. But, you know, I like the game. Don't get me wrong. You know, I wouldn't be making videos if I didn't like the game in some capacity, right? The problem being, there is still some issues with the game, though. Although I love the game and all, but there still are some issues with it. And we've covered on those quite a bit. But I think we're going to talk about some of the positives. And someone a while back told me, hey, Dr. Ghost, you should make a video on the good things about Legends. And you know what? I was like, yeah, I probably should. It's kind of hard for me to do that because usually the game is in a crappy state. Like it is kind of now. It's not really in a crappy state. It's just in a boring state, man. That's just me. But anyway. Yeah, so if you guys are new to the channel, you guys, if you could, do me a quick solid, go down there, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and leave a comment. Tell me what you guys thought of this one, and I'm going to talk a lot about the game in this video. So, yeah, in the background, I got a nice Musashi game. Believe it or not, I got another good Musashi match, and this is my best match yet, damage-wise, in Musashi. So you guys are going to watch this pretty fun game in the background while I talk about the positives, which, trust me, there's not going to be a whole lot of positives, so it might not last that long, but we'll see. But I'll try my best to give you some of the positives. This is just off the top of my head. I don't have a script or anything, so I'm just going to give this one my all here. So, without further ado, the first thing I need to address is, the first positive anyway, that the community, man. The community for this game, at least a majority of the community, you know, cares about the game. And that is something that a lot of games have a hard time getting, is a community that cares about the game. And I can definitely say that if, you know, if it wasn't for this community, I probably would not still be here today. This community keeps me going, and there are still some negative parts of the community. Hell, even I sometimes am a part of that negative part sometimes, like when I make my problems videos and when I talk shit on the game to an extent, obviously. But anyways, we're talking about the positives here. But yeah, like I said, guys, the community, all the people who love this game, all the people who are on the Discords and on all of the other social medias who come together and this is not talking about the negative side. This is talking about just the positives. You know, everybody's talking about the ships and giving their thoughts on the game. That's the greatest thing about this game, is their community. That over everything about this game. The community is the best part about this game. And that's about it for that. Now, if I had to say, like, the second thing that's really good about this game that I love, well, it's the consistent updates, although some of their updates may not be the best in the world, like the next one, for example. Not really looking too much forward to it, but at least Wargaming is putting in the effort to actually update their game every single month. You know, that's something, right? I wish they would, you know, of course, maybe put a little bit more into their updates, like add more game modes, man. I like new ships and all, but I would like more game modes. But hey, we're not talking about the negatives. It's really hard for me to not talk about the negatives, like, but yes, I cannot lie. Wargaming updates their game every single month. They add new ships, game modes, well, certain game modes that are usually repeats of the last. But anyway, see, I'm really struggling here. But yes, they consistently update their game. And I think that they could make their updates even more great if they just put a little bit more effort into them. That's not me being negative or anything. That's just me saying, you know, hey, you can make your already monthly updates a lot better if you just, you know, put some more shit into them. Pardon my language. But yeah, that's one thing too, you know, they are consistently updating their game, and they don't have to do that, you know, but they are, and I guess I appreciate that. It keeps some players that have credit cards coming back to the game. Anyway, that's a joke, of course. But yeah, the next thing I'd say it's really good about the game, well, it's hard for me to come up with this list here, but I guess the gameplay of the game, man. The game, despite it having some issues, despite the overpens and all that and whatnot, the game still, you know, 3 years after its release back in 2019, it still holds up. And It's a very smooth game, and you can't get that out of a lot of games these days, but this game's very smooth. The game looks good. The art department, that's one thing. Oh, I forgot about that. That'll probably be our last point. But the game still is great, man. Despite it, like that, for example, dispersion going everywhere. But when the game works, it's fun, man, and the game's already pretty smooth, and I like it. It's a really feel-good game, It's one of those games that actually feels really good to play, and that's definitely a positive I could see. Now, is there really many other positives, like, with this game? There probably is, right? There probably is, but I struggle to find a lot of those positives. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think on the game. Give me some more things that are really great about this game that you love. And stuff that I already haven't covered. But, really, I think I've covered most of it. This game, still, despite all the negatives about it, it still is a good game, and you still can have fun on it. Even if you are like me, where I am really struggling to enjoy the game, I still occasionally will have fun on this game. You still will have fun matches. Even if you are one of those players, who just cannot stand the game, but you still eventually will have a good game. And, yeah, I guess that's one thing, no matter what, no matter how crappy the game is for you, the game always seems to just reward you eventually. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You'll eventually have a good game is the point I'm trying to say. You can only have so many bad games before you have a good one, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. So, really, the best thing about this game is the community, of course. The second best thing is the consistency with the developers, although the consistency may not be the best by any means. But at least they're putting in an effort to update their game every month. That's a lot of companies don't do that. Rockstar. But, and another thing, is, like I was just talking about, the gameplay, it's still very good, despite there still being some issues with some of the RNG and whatnot that could be super frustrating. But, yeah, that's really about it for that. Now, the final thing I have to talk about is the art department, man. They just need a segment of their own. The game, if it was not for the wargaming art department, this game would probably be dead. The people who update the UIs and change everything around, make the game kind of feel fresh, and yeah, this game still looks pretty good, 3 years later. It still is kind of arcadey and whatnot, and the graphics may not be the best by any means, but for a game that's free, and that anybody could pick up at any point without Game Pass or whatever, without gold, it's free, to everybody. And it's a good-looking game for that. And I guess that's another positive thing. It's free, It's a free game, right? That's another thing I need to also talk about. It's a free game. Anybody can play it. It's cross-play. That's another positive. Anybody can play together, The developers added that in a while ago where you could play with PSN players and whatnot. So yeah, like, there's basically all of the positives I could think of with this game. The game, despite it having a lot of issues, it's... The best way I could put it, guys, is that World of Warships Legends is a love-hate relationship. It really is, for a lot of people. There's some people who just play this game for fun, that's alright, but there's a lot of people who play this game like me, competitively. I try to get good games, I try to win, and I try to, of course, make videos, and I have a competitive side, that's for sure. A lot of good players do. And despite it, a lot of the issues with some of the overpens and whatnot, all the RNG, trying to screw you up, the game still is enjoyable to an extent, right? You still will have good games. Like, this is one, for example. This is a really good game I had. Now, there's some RNG crap right there with him getting citadels through my bow. I mean, I know I can get overmatched, but holy crap. One shell citadel, that's pretty amazing. But, yeah, I mean, the game still never fails to amaze me. I still have great games, despite me hating the game sometimes. But I just wait for that one good game, and it really takes away all that hate, and it reminds me why I love the game. And once again, another shell. One shell hits my bow and citadels me. You just cannot make this shit up, can you? But, anyways, guys, that's about it. I think I've covered a majority of the positives with the game. That's really all I can think of, guys. I can't really think of anything else with this game. You guys, if you have anything else that you think that you love about the game, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think in the comments. I guess, one more thing. It's kind of another add-on to the community, but all the content creators. I gotta give a quick shout-out to everybody. Even the ones that I'm not, on good terms with. That's targeted towards Aaron and Peak, Despite a lot of the drama between some of us and whatever there may be. You know, the other positive is the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers and everybody who still plays this game and makes content for it. That's another positive in of itself. You know, without the YouTubers and all the people making content for a lot of the player base and trying to help people out, you know, I don't know what this game would be, man. I feel like the community side and the YouTubing and the Twitch and all that stuff, all the content creators coming together and making videos for this game and giving their thoughts on ships and providing tips and tricks and reviews, that's another positive in of itself, you know. Despite all the drama or whatever may be between us, you know, that's one thing we can definitely, I think, all agree on is we all try to make, you know, provide our opinions and make the game really a better place for a lot of players. We try to help, and at least that's what I hope a lot of content creators do. They try to help players out, and even some of the ones that not necessarily are making reviews or guides, the ones that make funny videos like PG Rapids, WoW's Legends of Memes, you know, those guys. They make meme videos for the pure entertainment of the game, all the jokes and all that. You know, that in of itself makes the game alive for me. You know, I love all those videos, and I'm sure a lot of people do too, and that's what keeps a lot of people coming back to the game, is the content creators, man. They still, you know, there's a lot of loyal content creators out there who still love the game, despite there still being a lot of issues with it, and they still come back and make videos and whatnot for it, and stream the game, and on any platform you're on. And that's a very good thing, you know. Now, I guess to conclude this video, I'm just going to talk about what Wargaming could do, man. They could utilize this community. We all love the game. I don't care what anybody says, no matter how frustrated you are with the game. And Simpin, that's kind of direct towards you. I can use him as an example. He's not having a great time at all with the game, kind of like I am. And, you know, but despite our, you know, despite our hatred for the game sometimes and how we just aren't having a good time, we still come, you know, we still come to a moment where we just love the freaking game. We'll eventually have a great game, right? And that goes for everybody, you know? And I think Wargaming could really use their community, man. Like, they have a very loving and caring and compassionate community that cares for the game, genuinely cares. They want nothing, we want nothing. You know, we want nothing good for the game. I hope the development team and all the people over at Wargaming realizes that they have a loyal and caring community, and they actually listen to us, you know what I mean? So anyways, guys, I think I've covered everything. Leave this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the game. But anyways, I hope you all did enjoy this one, and that's my best take on the positives of this game. But anyways, I will see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your weekend. Catch you next time. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.